A Nigerian National Youth Service Corps member known as Raye has sparked widespread attention after revealing why she stopped attending church. In a viral video, Raye candidly explained that the struggles facing many Nigerian youths today are not spiritual but economic in nature.
I stopped going to church because I realized that my problem was not a spiritual problem, but it was about an economical problem. It was more of the country I grew up in. You're not cursed. Nothing is wrong with you. Your family doesn't have any cause. Your village people have not had any effect on you. The only thing that is making you slow as an average youth is because you are literally growing up in an economy that makes things 5 times harder for an average person to succeed.
She challenged the common belief that misfortunes are caused by village people, family causes, or spiritual attacks, and instead pointed to the harsh realities of Nigeria's economy as the real barrier to successes. Raye said, I quote, I stopped going to church because I realized my problem was not spiritual but economic. You are not cursed. Your family has no curse. Your village people have no effect on you. What slows you down as an average youth is growing up in an economy that makes life 5 times harder. I used to believe those things until I woke up one day and said, this is not a spiritual issue. It is simply an economic problem. I love God, but I genuinely believe nothing is pursuing me. The moment I changed my mindset, I started finding solutions and ways to break out of poverty. Stop depending on the mindset that your problems come from your father's side or mother's side. That mindset itself is the real cause. The real problem is the economy, not your family. End of quote. Now, Raya's revelations offer timely critique of Nigeria's socio-economic challenges, underscoring the frustration and disillusionment felt by the nation's youth amid rising unemployment and inflation. Raya's message encourages young Nigerians to focus on practical economic solutions rather than spiritual explanations for their difficulties, representing a shift in mindset for many facing hardship across the country. Her story has reignited debate nationwide, especially after reports emerged alleging that she was denied her NYSC certificate purportedly due to her criticisms of President Bola Tinubu's administration. While NYSC officials have denied any political motive behind withholding her certificate, citing procedural reasons related to clearance requirements, the controversy has highlighted the intersection of freedom of expression, governance, and youth empowerment in Nigeria today. All right, Mr. Akko Preston, what do you make of her revelations? Do you believe her? Do you disagree with her? Or do you want to find a balance between, the two opposing views?
Raye has made a very, very realistic point. Of course, anyone that is entangled or religiously inclined will not agree with her. But she has made nothing but the truth, real revelation of the true situation of the country. Let me take it from my personal point of view. The last time I attended church was, I think, last year. Yeah, last year. Not because I hate God, not because I don't believe in the existence of God, but because the deceit that is going on around the religious circle. The Nigerian religious scholars, be it Christian, be it Muslims, they've not told the Nigerians the truth. They continue to deceive Nigerians with false hope. They tell you they see you becoming a millionaire. They tell you they see you buying a new car. They tell you they see a new job coming your way. All these are falsification of thoughts. They have given the Nigerian youths a negative trajectory believing that they will get better, whereas we are all the ship that is sinking. We are all sinking collectively in this country. The Nigerian religious group, the Nigerian religious circle, they have a pattern of preaching that tends to prepare the minds of their followers towards prosperity that never comes. When you travel out of the shores of this country and you visit other countries, you see that all you have been praying for, you witness it practically. Countries like UK, America, Canada, Australia, Switzerland. Are you telling me that they worship God more than Nigerians or they pray harder more than Nigerians? No. They believe in realism. They believe in practicalism. They believe in fighting for their rights. The human rights group, they fought for their freedom. But in this country that we are living in, your rights will be trampled upon, and the religious people will tell you to forgive. Right? They will tell you that tomorrow will be brighter. All these are circles of lie. The version of Christianity, the version of Islam that has been practiced in this country is just to continue to persuade the people to remain calm and loyal, giving them false hope and false narrative. There's nothing that's ever going to change in this country until the Gen Z generation realizes that they need to come out to fight for their freedom, economic freedom. And that's why I love this guy, Julius Malema, who has continued to champion economic justice for his people until we all collectively fight for economic justice to achieve economic liberation. We are never going to move an inch forward. You've got to Living Faith Church. He has been preaching prosperity since inception till date. Who has prospered? Him, he's prospering because he receives all the tithes, all the offerings, different title of different offering and all that, at the expense of the poor masses who are suffering to survive in the market square. So this is obvious reality that we are not going to break loose from our chain of poverty until we realize that we need to go for economic activities that will help us to liberate. And how do we liberate without jobs? We have a country that is running without job for the unemployed. There is no job anywhere. That's the reality. So the youth population need to realize that there is no freedom in the church and there is no freedom in the mosques until you go and get yourself and involve in commercial activities, in businesses, before you can achieve economic freedom. No matter the prayer, pray for now till next 100 years, it will never come. You see in the churches, you see people who have stolen a mass public wealth. You know this person is working in social XYZ organization, is earning nothing less more than 200,000. But he comes to give thanksgiving of 100,000 and you are accepting it. You know, the Nigerian society is preparing and propagating corruption. That's it. So whatever spectrum we are experiencing in the public life today, it started in the religious circle. Look at the number of people that are coming out from worship center across Nigeria. The churches in Nigeria, over 30 million young adults attend churches in Nigeria. Every Sunday, they go there. What stopped these 30 million people from organizing themselves in getting PVC and voting for good governance? Ask me why. They have been discouraged that this world is not their own, right? That they should focus on the goal above, focus on heaven. When will heaven come? The heaven that we have is the earth that we are living today. We must fight to get good life for ourselves in this part of the world that we belong to. We have all the natural resources. We have everything it takes. But few individuals are stealing this wealth and are going to churches, going to mosques to give thanksgiving and give zakat. And the people there who are misleading us to believe in God, they are there collecting this through the back door, through the tithe and offering. They are collecting it from those who have stolen our commonwealth. So that's my sentiment. And even look at the number of people that goes to mosques to pray every Friday. They go, they pray 7 times every day, right? Count the number. If they're able to put themselves together and focus on good governance, why can't we achieve it? If we have good governance, we should not be praying for jobs. You know, there'll be job everywhere through entrepreneurial endeavors. There'll be job through companies, through investors will come to this country and invest. And the idea of jobless youths roaming around religious centers praying for job will disappear. You see young people, young women, they have no husband, looking for husband, looking for who to marry, because the young people cannot be able to sustain themselves. How much more entering into marriage? That leads to high number of young girls without marriages these days. So this bad governance, it has multifaceted implication on our people, and our people need to realize that there is no way out of it other than for us to come collectively and fight for our freedom, economic freedom. That's my submission, and I commend the people of Nepal
Nice.
for fighting for their
You
freedom.
are okay. You support what they did.
I support it
Nepal.
100%. They are cleaning up their country currently.
All right, okay, all right. That means you're supporting revolution to happen in Nigeria. That's, by the way, Mr. Brian, do you have a different opinion, or do you agree with everything that Mr. Due Process has said?
All right, Mr. Tochukurafel. I will not say I agree. I say from a realist point of view, we can't exist in this world without material things. And we're living in a capitalist society whereby everything is being measured by material possession. However, what I have issues is I believe that the people of this generation does not even understand what spirituality stands for. I honestly believe that the two can coexist with each other without affecting one another. Clearly, for you to eat, you have to hustle. No food for lazy man. But at the same vein, you need religion to give you purpose and meaning in your life. And when I say religion, I mean all the religious rituals. I am the part of the people that believe everything that is worth doing is worth doing well. So if I accept that I'm Muslim, I'm a devoted Muslim, I pray 5 times a day, and it does not stop me from doing what I believe I am supposed to do to survive. And I have never think that my prayers has anything to do with the food that comes to my table. My prayers is bringing me closer to the God I served, which clearly you state the reason behind praying for us to attain salvation in the life after death. So that's clearly from the point I'm looking at it. And my life, for me to eat, for me to become successful, I have to work hard. So working hard and having faith can work hand in hand. They can work in a pari passu relationship. So I'm not seeing one overpowering another. But the way we're getting it wrong is the fact that most Nigerians are focusing that if I pray, God is going to bless my life. So once he starts praying with this premise, with this assumption, so if his life is going in a negative direction, you think that the God he's serving is not real. Well, it is his own thinking that is negative. He take religion from a context that it is totally false. You have to look at your God as someone who created you, who endowed you with all the physical strengths and the ability to carry out anything. So it's just like your father taking you to school, giving you the basic grounds on how to do things, and you expect him to do everything for you. That's how we're taking God. God has given me the eye, the hand, the body to do everything necessary, and the brain. Some people are mad. So that's the blessing that I'm seeing from God. So I have to utilize that gift he gave me toward achieving my goals. and I should keep serving him and keep thanking him for giving me all those gifts, and not the other way around. But people are thinking if I'm serving God, my life is supposed to be going in the right direction, even if I'm sleeping in my own bed without doing anything positive. That's a fallacy, and completely it is poisonous to the mind of everyone who think religion in that lens.
Just to add to what Ibrahim has said, you know, going by the colonial era, those who introduced Christianity, for instance, to Nigeria, the ideology they introduced were carried on by the Orthodox Christians, right? And the emphasis as at then was not on material things. The emphasis was not on prosperity. The emphasis was not on materialism. The emphasis was not on sowing seeds, tithes here and there, creating different title of givings over 7 different headings for different type of giving. That was not the emphasis. Rather, Christianity then, the missionary school were the cheapest, right? Were even free education through missionary schools.
Yes.
But in these days, you see missionary school being the most expensive, not because they borrowed loan from the bank to build it, right? The people, the members contributed money. They had money to build these missionary schools, but they cannot be able to send their kids to those schools. My fund is part of the fund that was used to build Canaan Land University. But today, will I be able to even push any of my son or relative to that school? The answer is no. So these are the things we're talking about. The Nigerian current trend of Pentecostal churches, they have derailed. They have derailed from the true vision of Christianity. If you go to the Bible, they cannot justify in any chapter whatever it is that they are pushing towards Nigeria in terms of prosperity preaching. When you travel outside this country, you hardly see any church preaching prosperity, prosperity, prosperity as it were in Nigeria. And it's all because of whatever motive they have for preaching it. It's just to brainwash the people and extort them through convenience means. So that's my submission. Thank you.
Sure, Mr. Due Process. I agree to what you said. Religion in Nigeria today is being used as a tool for manipulation and control. And that's where most people lose their own faith in religion and lose their hope. Because a religion that is supposed to give you a sense of purpose is the one trailing you from that very purpose. I agree with that. But at the same vein, let us not be following religion because of the acts of others. Let us strive to be the better version of ourselves, or the best version of the religion. Let people see the religion in us. I challenge myself all the time that I want to be a good person, not only for myself, because all the time when I sit down, I ask myself, I am an ambassador of my religion. I'm an ambassador of my people. I'm an ambassador of myself. So I can't afford to fail any one of those. So for that, I have to be a good person to represent this very thing I showcase to other people in a positive light. So me not practicing my religion, because a lot of terrorist organizations are flying the flag of Islam, does not represent the religion. And I don't believe that because these people are taking the religion in a negative way, so I should stop believing in the religion. I am always striving to see what the religion represents truly, and let me represent the religion from a positive light.
All right, thank you very much. Great commentaries. Now, the word here is that religion and church, as we have it today, has been greatly bastardized. As Mr. Due Process said, it was not so in the past. When the missionaries from Portugal arrived in Nigeria, they created schools and education for indigenous people. They did not collect chichi from them, but education was free. They built schools, they built hospitals. But today, you cannot afford to take your children to any of these missionary schools, whether Catholic, Church, or Pentecostal or Anglican. They are all expensive. So, and our church leaders are even enhancing the bastardization. They are helping to condition this mentality of, for you to go to church or for you to have money, you must go to church to get money. You must go to church and pray, or you must fast for a number of days for you to have money. That is not true. That is a complete fallacy. For you to have money, you must invest in the right direction. Dunamis and Mr. Josiah, tech wizards and coding masters, it's nice to have you. Thanks for your contribution and time. Mr. Ibrahim, I also thank you in a special way for joining us as a co-host and also DDM News Analyst. All right, viewers, this is where we come to the end of DDM Morning Show this week. We shall be here again next week to give you another exciting edition of DDM Morning Show. Until that time, I remain Tush Raphael. Have a nice day.